This video is from our November 2020 dirt bike trip from the Dove Springs area, shown on the map here, based on a camp trip that Mike and Sean Eason and family had made up to the Dove Springs area. And James Blackwell and I drove up on Saturday to meet them in the camping area. And then we took this day trip of, I think it was over 90 miles up into the Dove Springs area. Stop here for a break. This is actually at the Pacific Crest Trail. Met them for a nice day trip and got up into the Paiute Mountains. There's James, there's Sean, there's Mike, and then our neighbor Alex. And a lot of different terrain here. I'm still learning a lot about dirt bikes. See, in the gravel wash, I'm not super confident. I'm a little bit better on these more dirt, sandy trails, but I'm still working on the hill climb aspects and just general bike handling. But really a good fun day. A pretty big ride, over 90 miles on dirt. Is big by any measure. The conditions were good. We had fairly moist soil here, so it wasn't too dusty. Some of the sandy sections were pretty dusty, but this wasn't too bad. This area is my nemesis. That gate there on that next hill, I fell down a couple times and managed to get up. That's been a problem for me before on a prior trip, but I'm getting better, but have not conquered that one on the first try yet. I'm trying to learn how to get more speed coming up the hill, and I'm chickening out. I need to get it in second gear and just hammer down and climb the hill and look up. So need to work on that some more. I tend to do better when I'm following somebody like this, and it's just a little more motivating to try to keep up with people instead of setting my own pace. Like here, I'm not following. So just more time in the saddle is required to get better at this. You can see some of the snow there. Oh, here we stop for a break. There's Sean, Mike, James, and Alex from right to left. We're up at probably 6,000 to 7,000 feet here, so just enough snow to make it fun, and it's not icy, so it generally, when it's fluffy like that, it behaves like loose dirt. It's a little more slippery, but it's not icy, so it's predictable. And we ended up getting on some roads here after a bit that were a lot of fun. I tried to climb this rock, did not have momentum. Ended up dumping the bike right there, just a pathetic performance. I caught this tree, I saw my handlebars flip there, just barely tagged the left handlebar. That was fortunate, because hitting a tree like that can send you over the handlebars really fast, so I just grazed it. Nice view up on top of this ridge. And then off into some single track. Got into some really fun technical climbs here. A lot of fun tree roots and rocks and so forth, and a little bit of snow. Again, I like to try to follow someone. That's Mike in front of me, so I asked him to go first so I can try to keep up with him, and that's just good practice. Mike and Sean and I, there's a little mud bog there. Mike and Sean and I are on our DRZ 400s, and James on his KTM 500, and Alex is on a Honda. Here's some fun snowy roads. James in front of me just going nuts with hot dogging around. I've learned to stay back because he ends up roosting whoever's behind him with snow and mud. So I watch up ahead here. Alex goes down. He spun out to the left. He got on the throttle and they didn't get out of it enough and went down very quickly. The snow is super slippery. It's pretty okay to maneuver in, but if you stay on the throttle in a curve like that and the back end comes out, you're going to lose it. So we're up at probably 7,000 feet here. You can see there was probably 3 or 4 inches of snow that had fallen. Yeah, 7,200 feet, a little higher than I thought there. I take the Garmin GPS. We don't have prearranged trails here. Because Mike Eason knows all the trails, so we just follow him basically. But I keep the GPS to record the trail for the future, and it's It's nice to have a history of where we went. There's James, a little close view there. I'm coming over the Paiutes now, coming back down the mountain. And he ended up having an issue here. He slowed down. He had a broken fuel line. It split open. It was dumping fuel out in the trail. We ended up cutting the end off and fixing that. Here's a bit of a deep sand trail. Stopping for lunch here by the side of the trail. So 4x4 guys are on this trail who were not very responsible. They were not paying much attention. You really have to be careful around these blind corners because these guys will be in the trail and taking all the space, going 30 miles an hour. These are Joshua trees, really cool. And at this particular elevation, they thrive. And you get below that or above that, they don't do well. So now we're heading back down to Dove Springs. A little dusty. It was not so wet in this area. Making our way back towards the camp. James again ahead of me. And we're down by the Dove Springs area again. Just heading back to camp. We got up over this nice ridge. A lot of these trails, you get a little jump action once in a while over a little rise in the trail. It's kind of fun. Ended up having to cut across this. This is the natural Mojave Desert here. It's all sand, no rocks out there, which is nice. And here's the camp area. Picture of the guys here and me with my bike. Really fun trip.